Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again. Another edition of Inside the Headset, Week 3, Game 3. I'm at my final stop. I'm at the Inferno. Blackman Blaze head coach, David Watson. Coach, you're 1-1. What's going on at Blackman High?
Oh, we're just trying to get ready to play a little rival, here at the Inferno. The backyard brawl is somebody's named it, I guess.
It's up on us. Talk a little bit about Friday night, and man, what a great game, and take us through it a little bit. Just talk to the fans about it, and what a great victory.
Well, it was a good victory for us because McCauley's got a really good football team.
Absolutely.
With the things that we talked about last week, a lot of the things they do offensively can really expose you if you're not where you're supposed to be. And they moved the ball fairly well on us. We helped them some, but they made some plays. They were everything we thought they would be.
Hard hitting, I thought. I thought there was some nice licks.
There was. It was a good, clean game, though.
Yeah.
I thought Taylor Dowdy had an outstanding night running the football, so that means the offensive line had to be doing something well. And Miller Armstrong, we've spoken about him before, just how well-rounded he is. He runs the football, he leads the team, he throws the football. He did a great job of managing the last drive. The kids had great belief. If you weren't here, we were up by 14 with 2 minutes left. I felt good, but I knew we didn't have it win yet because I knew that they were going to have a chance to score and we were going to recover an onside kick. And
regardless if they win or not, they're going to run their 2-minute drill.
Right, and we just felt like on the sideline, I'd already told Coach Oliver, hey, get the offensive line ready because if they score, we're going to recover a kick and go run the clock out. Well, they scored, but we didn't recover the kick.
No.
And then they scored and went for 2.
And what a perfect onside.
Oh, yeah. We didn't play it very well, but they executed it very well. And then they scored, went for 2, and now instead of being tied, we're losing.
Yep.
And 50 seconds left. We try to just, get something going, take the ball and see if we can get a little positive yards through something fairly simple. Was able to get a play there, and then Connor Mitchell and Miller made a great play around midfield. And then 4th and 10, we had some guys make some good blocks. Darius Simple found a little crease and got us down inside their 30. And then we threw one more pass with 9 seconds left to get us in great field goal position. And Thomas Burks did what he does and went in and nailed it. And it was a great win, exciting, too exciting, honestly. Wish we could have put it away.
You don't want them all like that.
No, absolutely not. We should have recovered the kick and won the game without as much theatrics as we did. But it was a win. Really proud of our kids. I think their character showed, their resolve, their intelligence. We had 3 receivers get out of bounds on the last drive. We were able to clock the ball and actually finished with a timeout in the 2-minute drill. A lot of people did a lot of good things right there for us to be able to pull that out.
The memory Thomas Burks will have for the rest of his life, nobody will be able to take that away from him, to be able to go out there on the first home game of the 2015 season and be called upon and step up. And could have been a nightmare, but it's a memory, and sure he shared the video with all his family and everybody, but it was great to put that together and great for the team. I mean, you don't win, and when you win one of those, it's just, there's no other feeling like it. That's the reason why you play the sport, isn't it, Coach?
Absolutely. And, we've known since the schedule was made that the first 5 were going to be challenging.
Well, you told me last week off camera that, I don't know who made this schedule, but they,
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a challenge again this week. So to be able to win that one at home the way we did was a huge feather in our cap. I think it gave our kids a lot of confidence. I think it it's kind of what Blackman's been known for.
It sure is.
And there's been a lot of change. There's been, but the kids were able to build off the past. I built off the past. I know in 2010, I think it was, similar situation at Oakland, and we got in the 2-minute drill, and I remember the very first play was just a simple little slant that Shad called, and we were able to move it, and we talked and had conversations after. I said, well, what made you do what you did right there? And he said, we needed to get something positive going, something easy, and then see if we could chip away, get to midfield, and take some shots. That's kind of what I did the other night, So
Learn from somebody else who's been in that
Right,
situation,
right.
and seeing how, hey, I'm not going to try to go for the juggler here because I've got time.
Right.
So I'm just going to try to get it under and at least have 2 or 3 cracks at it.
Right, we had to be patient and try to work it down the field because they weren't going to give it to us in
No.
one chunk. And that's the right strategy defensively, because a lot of times the other team can't make 4 or 5 plays in a row to get where they need to, and we were able to.
Yeah, because they're, as we always say, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids. They're not playing at Alabama and Auburn or Middle or anywhere like that. One of the biggest things I thought, and it's hard to do this early in the season, but they punted the ball, put you back there pretty deep,
3-yard line.
and then you get the ball, and it's hard enough to take it length of the field on a touchback kick on 80 yards and drive it down, but man, you munched some massive clock in that drive, and talk about that drive, because kids have put that together. That's a building block moving into another game.
Right.
I mean, that is a true building block. That's a true good football example. So talk a little bit about that, Coach.
Well, they pinned us on our 3-yard line, and I think the score was tied at the time. So, momentum had kind of shifted back into their favor. We went in up at the half 27-21, had a chance on a little gadget play to go up by 2 and 2 scores right before the half and missed it.
Yeah.
But we came back, and they take the drive, and I think they took the opening drive and scored. And maybe took the lead or maybe tied it up. I can't remember. I think it was tied. And we kick it back to them, and then they kick it back to us. So they'd gotten a little momentum, and we were able to take it, the length of the field. And so many kids made plays. Taylor Dowdy was outstanding all night. I mean, that was kind of we've known what Taylor was.
Right.
Taylor was a good back last year. He just happened to be playing against one of the best backs we've had, Charlie Davidson. So that was kind of a coming out party for Taylor, and we were able. And on that drive, I was also thinking, get it in Miller's hands.
Yeah.
Get the ball, either throwing it, letting Miller throw it, or letting Miller run it, or letting Miller make decisions in the option game, because he's such a gritty competitor. And we were able to take it and score. And then more importantly, after that, we stopped them and scored again, and that's how we got the 2 touchdown lead. So a 97-yard drive's pretty good accomplishment.
You just don't do that on the second game. It's not. I don't recall watching teams do it. I mean, I've seen teams grab it, score real quick, but I'm talking about get pinned back, start and just slowly but surely take that ball down and command your offense and get the score.
Grinding.
Grinding.
I think that's what they call it on Twitter, grinding.
All right. Gosh, it's hot. Let's talk about Friday night. Right here tomorrow night. Like you said, your schedule doesn't get any easier, and Ron's going to be ready for you, and he's got a bad taste in his mouth from Friday night, and he's going to be looking. It doesn't make any difference. Throw everything out the door. I mean, it's Riverdale. It don't make any difference, and people got to know that. It's going to be crowded here tomorrow night. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, in the preseason, Riverdale has been picked to be the
Tom Krager.
top team.
Periscope.
Yeah, Krager had them up there. They were 9-3 last year. The only teams they lost to were a really good Blackman team and a really good Oakland team. They were good against everybody else, beat everybody else, and have a majority of those kids coming back. They got a new quarterback that moved in. That's a good player, got a good live arm, and they'll be a challenge. They've been the favorite. They've got several kids with college offers. I know they got one. I think it's been offered by Tennessee, and it'll be a challenge for us. I think our kids will be ready to play. Their kids will be ready to play. There's no question about that. I know with them playing they had some mistakes they made last week against Franklin, and turnovers and penalties, but they won't have any of that tomorrow night. They'll have all that fixed. They'll bring their best, and I think we'll bring our best, and it'll be a really good football game.
Anything special going on tomorrow night? I know we're headed in Labor Day weekend, or anything going on here at the Inferno people need to know about to come early other than come often?
Not that I know of. Yeah, we just get here early and get a good seat, and wear some blue and orange, and be ready to cheer and witness a good football game.
Well, we're officially going to kick it off. We're going to put the pedal to the metal here tonight because college kicks off and everything. A lot of people my Colonels will be in action against Valpo, so I'm excited about that.
Is that at Roy Kidd Stadium?
That is in Roy Kidd Stadium. Run, Roy, run. Yeah, they got a new athletic director, Steve Lockmuller, good friend of mine, and I know you saw where they are making a move to go to the Sun Belt.
Wow.
And then also, I hope that sometime we get that rivalry reunited between Middle and Eastern. That's one of my favorite.
I have some not so fond memories of Roy Kidd Stadium.
Why?
I don't think we ever got a victory up there when I was playing.
You remember the visitor side?
Oh yeah.
Those guys up there, those fraternity guys, giving you a hard way to go.
They didn't treat you real nice.
I was one of them. I was one of them, and I wasn't very kind to the opposing team. Everybody knows that's played football in the OVC. Tomorrow night, right here, 7 o'clock at the Inferno. Riverdale Warriors and Blackman Blaze, y'all be here. I'm going to send Judy out, and she'll get all the cuts, and we'll put the highlights up as soon as we can. Y'all have a great weekend here at 7 o'clock.